2-for-1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you'd like to know. Well, that's what you get when you tune in to the 2-for-1 Jack Show.
For the world, the model of how everything is supposed to happen. The number one place to live in the country. So I'm out there. I'm out there with every opportunity. Today, this morning started out with appealing to the mayor because a policeman said, "Kill them all." He went online, typed it in. Shows a premeditated situation.
Yes.
He wants to kill people who have a right to get out and say how they feel and protest. That's our right.
Yes.
We don't deserve to die for that. So we want him investigated and fired. Because if any one of us did that on our job, said that, we would be history.
Yes.
So that's how my morning started. But I am so honored to be able to go and be a surrogate mother to Breonna. Because I tell you what, if it was my child, everybody would know it.
Yes.
Everybody would know it.
Right.
So I do represent American Descendants of Slavery. It's an organization whose number one goal is to attain reparations for Native American Black people. And that is an economic issue. It is an economic issue. You do not kill people of wealth.
Yes.
You do not.
Yes.
They do not. They are killing Black people who do not have wealth. It's clear. Just do your research and you'll see that's who they're killing.
Thank you. Thank you for saying yes and being willing to drive. And I am so happy that she actually obtained flights, so she leaves out shortly. And I appreciate it. But she was willing to hit the pavement in a car for 15 hours to show it. And again, this is for y'all. Like, I know what's in my spirit. My spirit said, call you, you showed up. So I want to hear from you.
Okay. First thing I'm going to say is salute to all y'all for organizing this caravan. Salute to the Black women that organize this caravan. We know that when Black women organize, y'all are a problem for this system. Salute to y'all for being a problem. Word to Asada Shakur, word to along with the PSL, we've been organizing protests in Denver as of late regarding all this stuff. But it's not the only thing we do. A lot of what we do is community outreach and talking to people. And one of the things I hear most from a lot of young folks is, well, I shouldn't say most, but sometimes I hear just like, I don't really care about politics. I don't really care about whatever. And I think, we got to change our conception about what politics really is. Sometimes when people think of politics, they think, a bunch of white guys in suits, voting to give Trump a blank check for the military, meanwhile defunding all of our social services and our education. But I try to tell people, real politics is what y'all are doing with this. This is politics, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on in Portland right now with those people pushing those federal troops back is politics. That third night in Minneapolis was politics. Us being out in the streets is politics, And I tell people, it's like, hey, listen, if you don't take an interest in politics is going to take an interest in you. That school-to-prison pipeline is also politics when we're not paying attention. Mass incarceration is politics when we're not paying attention. The police occupying our streets like it's Iraq and Afghanistan, brutalizing and killing us is politics when we're not paying attention. So I just want to encourage folks right now, not interested in politics, get interested in politics, meet people, network. Let's build this thing, because what's happening in Aurora, what's happening in Louisville, the fact that they haven't done anything to these murdering cops, that's like a stove. That's the heat on the stove. And we're the bubbles. You know what I mean? Start small, but eventually we're going to turn those small bubbles into big bubbles. Then eventually it's going to turn into steam, which is something that's entirely different, an entirely transformation that happens. And so I just want to salute to all y'all for doing this, and I'm really happy to be here and network with y'all.
You know, I just want to say I'm from Denver, Colorado. I was born and raised in the Parkville community. From also South, born and raised in Aurora, Montbello. We all were raised together in the metro area. My grandmother is the matriarch of my family. She came to Denver from Arkansas. She was one of the first black women who moved to Park Hill when Park Hill was considered a suburb in Denver, even at that time in the 50s. You know, so I've never had a problem with respecting and following the leadership of black women.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about Elijah McClain becoming a household name, when you talk about 1,000 Miles for Breonna Taylor, when you talk about justice for George Floyd, or Mike Brown, or Sandra Bland, or Ezell Ford in Los Angeles, you know, Paul Childs, you know, you name it, it's always been black women. It's always been black women, the Montgomery bus boycott. Okay? You know, nurturing us through the school to prison pipeline, nurturing us while in prison, nurturing us coming out of prison. Okay? Because this is real talk right now. We're going through not just police homicides, but there's a lot of different pandemics hitting the black community.
That's right.
Legislatively, you know, what we eat, you know, mentally.
Yes.
You know, it's always been black women carrying that. You know, as a black male, I'm going to say there's a certain kind of genocide happening to us. We are to see that. I'm not going to leave us out because that's happening, but the leadership of black women, not only are black women also being murdered and slaughtered, but black women have had to carry the weight of the family and the financial weight for the community, and this is what's happening today. I've always respected this, and I just thank the Lord that I've always been able to understand this as a male. Because if it wasn't for you sisters, none of this will be happening right now.
Right.
Because I'm saying this, and I'm saying this shamefully, and I hate that I have to say this, but we're gonna be honest. Like, there's some men that I thought will be on the front lines, and you know what? We co-founded Frontline for Revolutionary Action, Frontline Party for Revolutionary Action. It was me and a black woman who founded this. You know, this is led by a black woman, and this is because of Elijah McClain's homicide of the APD, which black women were leading. Candace Bailey, Lindsay Mentor. You know, so I'm just proud to stand with you sisters. I'm proud to organize with you ladies. I'm proud to be in the presence of such powerful sisters. I've heard of literally all of you sisters. Shanika, Dr. Spalding, all of you sisters. So, you know, I'm going to close it with 10 years ago in Denver, take it from a native. We probably would not have had a caravan to go 1,000 miles for Breonna Taylor. We did not have the leadership that is in the city coming out of Colorado Springs in our Denver metro area. In Aurora, we did not have that. Okay, but now we do have that. And what's happening now is you see things like Senate Bill 217 being passed through legislation. You know, shout out to Leslie Harrod, you know, for working with us in the community to get that done. You know, you see things happening with food banks that are going on. You know, you see youth violence intervention, who is leading that charge right now. There are some powerful black men, but it's mainly our women. We are getting things done in the metro area, and that is why we can go to some place else in the country and take the leadership that is happening here. Because things are happening. One Love the PSL, they push up to the limit. We organize with them around a lot of things with Elijah Taylor, Elijah McClain. I said Elijah Taylor, excuse me, but around Elijah McClain, other actions they do. One Love to Larry, Candace, I love you. Lindsay, love you. Annalise, I see you. She got her bullhorn just on the right. We ready for some smoke right now. You know what I'm saying? Shayna, you know, Kathy, just Christabel, everybody that's here, man, just I'm proud of everybody, and I'm honored to be a part of all of the movement, and just use me however I could be of service. Just call me Terrence Roberts, FPRA. Thank you.
That part.
All right. We got Christina after Ann.
Hello everyone, can you hear me through my nose?
Yes.
My name is Ann Murdoch, and I'm here in love and in solidarity and in support of these women warriors who have called us here today. I had the honor to get to know Reverend Dr. Stephanie Rose Spalding when she first ran for Congress, And then again supported her in the run for Senate, heartbroken that she is not going to be our senator. Got to know Shanika Carter through that run. She did such an awesome job in that campaign. Got to know Kat. And I'm here as an ally, to be the best ally that I can be. I see my role as uplifting, supporting Black women, Black voices, reminding people that too many have died for too long. And it's time for this to stop. So when I'm called, I come as much as I can, I support as much as I can, and I give you my blessings, prayers, thoughts, best wishes, Godspeed on your journey, and all power to you in Louisville, Kentucky.
Even Dr. your group.
Hi, I'm Christina. Just bear with me. I don't usually speak in public, so. But I just wanted to say, definitely sending all the love and prayers and healing light on the caravan. The reason I came out here today and decided to bring my 7-year-old with me is because, it's up to us mothers and it's up to the community and the village. It does take a village to raise a child. It does. And, the thing is that with us, especially me as a mother, I see my role that I need to show my daughter, you don't like what's happening in your world, it's up to you to change it.
Yes.
It's up to you to make the noise. But not only speak on it, but you need to act on it, because words without action is just noise. We've had enough noise. We need to get out there and we need to step up and we need to take this action and take it into our own hands. Because the way that things have been going and the way that things are continue to go is not going to create a good environment or a good, productive, loving home for our children in the future. So again, I brought her today because this is her first event, and I want to start bringing her to more and more. But I wanted to start small, as to not overwhelm her, right? But again, she doesn't have a choice, but she learned from me that there's power in unity and there's power in activism. And you need to change the world. You don't like it, you can change the world.
Black Lives Matter. Like they.
Hi, I'm Erin LaCour, and I'm a teacher in Aurora. And as a teacher, it is my responsibility to make sure that kids see themselves, hear themselves, are represented, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make that happen moving forward. I've done it in the past, but I'm going to continue. I appreciate having leaders in the community that I can show my students this year and say, these people are right in our community, look what they're doing, I want to be a part of that, and so should we. So it's our responsibility. I'm here because my liberation is bound up in yours.
Alright, so Stephanie, you want to close us out?
Yes, I do.
Alright, she's answered that call. Anyone else? Again, this is for community. This is for you. I can talk, but I won't today because this is for you. We are on this journey because we're answering the call of community. And like I said, I won't go unless community is there with me, whether virtually, in this plane, on the cars, on my text, cell, DM, whatever. But I won't do this work without the blessing of this community.
I have a confession to make. Should I grab the mic? Can you guys hear me? Here's my confession, guys. Because when Shanika was planning this, I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. And then I talked to her, and my initial thought in the back of my mind was like, I don't have the energy. I don't know where I'm going to find the energy. I don't know if I can financially afford to make this move. I was concerned. And then I went through all the scenarios in my head like, okay, I'm going to a foreign place. They don't know me. They don't care about me like people do here. Am I going to be safe? Can I protect the people around me? I went through all of these reasons as why not to do this. And it was a lot. We deliberated as a couple a lot about it. And the ultimate answer we came up with was yes, we can. Yes, we should. And we'll find the energy. We'll find the money. Because we cannot stop. We cannot give up, people. So I just want to throw that out there for anybody that may be a naysayer and think that this is a crazy thing. It is crazy. So crazy. It's nuts. Super crazy.
We gotta be crazy right now.
We are absolutely crazy right now. But I say all that to say
crazy out. You're not gonna keep it.
Right. So I wanted to say that part because it took us, you know, some days to figure out how, when, where, how, and who was gonna make all this happen for us.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have all you guys here by my side. I feel safe going out here.
All right.
And I know if anybody messes with us, we ready. You got the wrong one. You picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Can I also just say really quick, my name is Shayna Shaw. I'm with the Compound of Compassion and with the Frontline. I'm sending my sister off, and so this is important to me. I have to stay back because we're going to be feeding 1,000 youth and young adults on Saturday at the MLK Library. So we're still working here while you guys are working there. And so we do send peace and blessings off to you guys. You are protected. You are you're on a mission, and I'm so proud of you. And I am honored to be a part of this movement. Thank you for allowing us this opportunity, but I want you guys to remember to do self-care.
Yes.
Make sure you drink water, make sure you have your snacks, and you're going into war, you're going into battle, be prepared mentally, emotionally, physically. Get your rest, get your water, hydrate. I love y'all, and be blessed.
Thank you.
You want the mic?
Yeah. You want the mic or you want
Yeah,
the
the
mic?
mic.
I haven't spoken in a while.
You guys do not know me, but I started Amplify the Voice. This morning I had to battle men on my page about things that are happening. I just couldn't believe that there's so much hate in the world, and I'm so happy and blessed by your presence. How much you guys have built a community out of anger and hatred, but have come out of it with love and compassion.
That's right.
And unity for our kids. As mothers, I'm a mother of 3, a single mother of 3. I couldn't allow it anymore and witness what I saw with George Floyd. That was when I started Amplify the Voice, because what I saw in the media, and you know, no offense to anybody, but they have somebody that they answer to. I have no one I answer to but mine. I own that shit. And I'm going to show forth what the media won't do. I'm here to show as history that women are doing this. And no matter what media's fucking saying out there, fuck them all. Let's unite as mothers and protect our children, our brothers, our sisters. Because we cannot allow this kind of war between men keep happening. I'm over it. And I'm here as a silent observer to record history for our children to never let this happen ever fucking again.
Right.
As long as I'm alive, as long as you're alive, as long as you're alive, all y'all mothers better fucking come together. Because if you don't, you're gonna get left behind.
All right.
So I'm here to support you. Give you all, I'm honored. I'm even honored to even have you guys allow me to be in this group. You know, it's hard. It's hard to be an ally, especially when it's one fight. But as mothers, it's one fight together.
That's right.
That's
All
it.
right.
It doesn't matter what color you are. I don't give a shit about that crap. It's about unity for humanity, for our children. That's it.
Right now. Just do it.
Can, wherever you are, I ask that you place both feet on the ground. Whether you are sitting or standing. And that we take a deep breath in.
In the late 30s, early I encourage all of you to take some time, meet your brothers and sisters. Take some time, meet your brothers and sisters, and we'll meet in about 7 minutes. Is it clear that this is about Black Lives Matter? This is about melanated people. First of all, before we begin right now, because it would be a disservice to the land we're on, I need to acknowledge that this is native land that we are standing on, and it must be honored. You know, we out here today because this shit is exactly how old Germany was when fucking Hitler came to power. And you tell me we got a Hitler-like president, and he's now using DHS agents to police Black Lives Matter movements around the country? When we're trying to stop the cycle that has been happening since 1492. So right now, I want us to all gather around, come around y'all, so we can have our melanated sisters and brothers be heard today. This is the melanated mic. We're gonna have our, if we can have people stop right here, we're gonna leave this whole strip open, so we can have a platform for our melanated brothers and sisters to speak. First of all, I'd like to get our melanated women. Any melanated woman who wants to speak today, please come forward. Please come forward, because your voice is powerful and it is needed more than ever. Yo, I'm gonna let this person introduce themselves. They've been doing the work around the community for a long time, so I'll let them do what they do.
My name is Sky Roosevelt Morris. I come from the American Indian Movement of Colorado. 4 Winds American Indian Council and the Caldwell Council. And as my relative Kenny here said, I want to acknowledge this land. I want to acknowledge the peoples of this land, because this is stolen land. And the United States government does not have the moral authority to decide whether our black relatives should be killed on stolen land or not. They do not get to make that decision for us. So before I go on, I just want to acknowledge the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, the Utes, the Kiowas, the Comanches, the Lakotas, the Dene, the Pueblo. There are over 48 different indigenous people that call this place home and that took care of this land. And you see this monument behind us right here. Those plaques that conveniently fell down the other day tell of the history of this place. Colonialism is alive and well. And it starts at these places. The decisions that get made to kill our innocent people come from this building behind us. They make the decisions about whether people of color live or die in this city, and they should be held to account. And this has been going on for far too long. It was on this street, this very street, in 1864, after the Sand Creek Massacre, where hundreds of innocent Northern Cheyenne and Arapaho were murdered. Innocent women, children, and old people. They paraded their body parts down this street. happen today. This is an autonomous action, but all of our melanated relatives are at way more risk being out here today. And I want everybody to remember that. And you defer to your people of color in this community, because we've been dealing with this shit for hundreds of years. So maybe we know something about this. Maybe we know something about colonialism. Maybe we know something about police brutality. And so I'm tired of white people coming out here saying, we're going to stand for black lives. We're going to stand for indigenous lives. We don't need people to stand for us. We don't need that white savior shit. So if that's what you came here for, you can take it and go right back to wherever you came from. This is about liberation. This is about liberation. You know, if you came to walk beside our black relatives today, if you came to walk beside your indigenous relatives today, and all of our other folks of color who came out, that's what we're about. Nobody is going to speak for us anymore. Nobody speaks for us anymore. We can speak for ourselves, and we've been doing a pretty damn good job of it. And so again, I want to thank everybody for coming out here. And I just really want to acknowledge this land, because sometimes we think that we're all alone. And sometimes we think that movements get quashed out. In fact, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about that, about how COINTELPRO quashed out the Black Panther Party and the American Indian Movement. And that's a fallacy that I'd like to clear up right now. Those movements are still alive and well. You cannot kill those movements. They are still alive because you are here. Because the spirit of those movements live within us. And those things cannot be killed. And why are we such a threat? Because we know that this land is sacred. And we know that we belong to this land. Movements come and go, but the land is forever. The land is forever. And if you stand on this land, remember, there were ancestors here that fought and died for this land. And they walk with us today. They walk in the spirit of liberation with us. So take courage, relatives. Take courage that your ancestors are here with you. And they will watch your back and watch each other's backs. Because the invader state would have us all dead. And we cannot allow that. We will not give them the satisfaction of murdering us all. And so thank you very much. Stand courageously. Stand together. And again, remember why you are here. We are here because Black Lives Matter.
Right on, right on. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, how are you? I would just like to acknowledge all the black women who have been killed, because unfortunately it's not trending anymore. So we're going to do a quick chant. I'm going to say her name, and you're going to say Breonna Taylor. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Say her name! Breonna Taylor! 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 I say Black Lives, you say Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! I say Black Lives, you say Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
For those of you who don't know, this is my daughter Ashira. My name is Portia. And standing here is very interesting. None of us should have to be standing here. Why do we have to say that Black Lives Matter? Just think about that for a moment. Why do we have to say that? Why does it have to be a movement? Why are we protesting? Just think about that for a moment. Yell out your answers. Why do Black Lives Matter? Yell out something.
no fucking culture. There would be no music. There would be nothing. Everything in this American society comes from melanated people.
Thank you. Right. And so as a mother, it's heartbreaking to come to protest and having to say people's names. When you say Breonna Taylor's name, she's a real person. She's a mother like her. She has a mom. I'm a mother. When you say Elijah McClain, that's someone's child. We're talking about children that have been murdered. Our children that go to these schools, public schools, private schools, that we carry for 9 months. How many of you all are mothers? Raise your hands. Okay, well, I'm just today. You all have a mother. How many people have mothers? We all have mothers. Shout out to all the mothers. When you make your sign and when you walk in protest, do it for a reason. I cannot go home and change my color. I cannot go home and erase the trauma, the name calling, the racism, the discrimination. That's every day. That's something that's permanent. So do not make your sign in vain. Do not protest in vain. Do not attend rallies in vain. Make it long term. Think about why Black Lives Matter to you every day, everywhere. And not just black athletes or entertainers that get the most glory in this country. But where are they now? Are they standing here with us? Are the actors standing with us? How many protests have they attended? But we give them our money. We give them millions of dollars. We attend their basketball games. How many are Broncos fans? They're not gonna agree with me on that. But we give them our money. But where are they when we need them? We have the power. Remember that. We as a people have the power. So stop supporting people that don't support us. Stop giving your money to these people that don't stand with us. How many protests have any of the actors, entertainers been to? I haven't seen any. Have they used their platform to support us? No. So don't just support black art and black music. Support black people with respect and dignity. Remember why you're here. Thank you.
Are there any other melanated sisters who'd like to speak today? Right on.
I'm only up here to encourage all of us. I am tired of seeing black women, people not respecting black women, I mean. I am tired of that. If they are talking, you need to listen. So please, if you're a black woman, take your mask off. You can't hear me? Okay, I'll just start it over. Sorry, my bad. Alright, I'm up here not because I want to speak. I am up here to help amplify black women voices. I am tired of seeing people shut down the voices of black women. So if you are a black woman, please come up here. We want to hear you. Your lives matter too. I also want to say that when we are chanting whose street is this, we need to say Indigenous streets. Alright? But I also want to say, if you are a black woman, please come up here.
want to amplify your voices.
Are there any melanated women who'd like to speak? Please come forward if you'd like to speak. You know what? If you don't, that's alright. Because, alright on.
I hope you guys can all hear me. I just wanted to say that a lot of people will say Black Lives Matter, and a lot of people don't mind coming to protests even, you know, donating, signing petitions. But really, do you stand by Black Lives Matter? Do you want to see the police defunded? A lot of people get quiet when that conversation's brought up. A recent poll that was done by ABC showed only about 50% of white people wanted to actually see the police defunded. And you know, that's crazy to me because a lot of black people, a lot of white people sure do seem to be, you know, at the front of these rallies and at the front of these protests. But where are you? Like, where are you guys? I mean, do you really want to see these homeless people housed? Do you want to see capitalism gone? What are you here for? Think about that. A lot of people get very quiet when we hear defund the police. Do you really stand by Black Lives Matter if you don't think the police should be defunded? What are you here for? Just like our good sister said, don't show up in vain. Do this because you believe in it all the way. If you don't want to see the police defunded, why are you here? Think about that. Yes. I also wanted to say that all Black Lives Matter around the world, all of them. The police department here that inflicts pain and suffering on all of us, they do that shit abroad. They do that shit everywhere. Do you know how much money goes into the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, all of them? They receive so much money. Congress, the House, the Senate, they just took a break after giving several billions of dollars to the Pentagon, but before they could end the housing moratorium and stop evicting us. During a fucking pandemic, they took a break after giving billions of dollars to the fucking Pentagon, to the FBI. What the fuck? I mean, they do that shit. They do that shit abroad. When they're not killing people here, they kill people abroad. As a Sudanese American, I can tell you firsthand what American imperialism has done to my country. Fuck that. Fuck all of it. Fuck all of it. Black Lives Matter is more than U.S. Black lives. It's for all of the money that U.S. presidents and the House and the Senate, Congress, governments, all of them funnel into rebel groups that divide other countries and all that shit. All of it. Not a single country on this earth isn't falling apart because of American imperialism. Call that shit out globally. What police departments do here, the military, the CIA do abroad. Remember that. All Black lives still matter, even when your timeline is quiet, even if Breonna Taylor isn't trending. They fucking matter. Breonna Taylor was murdered in her sleep. Practically the easiest open and shut case ever. And they still can't do it. They still won't arrest them. They still won't even call them out. Thousands of people have been arrested in the aftermath of Breonna Taylor's murder. And I can think of 3 people that haven't been arrested. So what the fuck gives? What the fuck gives? Think about that. Think about fucking that. If some Minneapolis can set a fucking fire and all these buildings to burn down for the city council, for the Trump federal government to even consider arresting them. It took our outrage, thousands of people to get arrested and brutalized for them to arrest anyone, to even up the charges, to even do anything. So think about that. They want us to get outraged for them to do their jobs, but at the same time they arrest us in the process. They have pigs hiding in the trees. I'm talking directly fucking to you in the trees. I walked past you. The Denver Police Department is already here taking pictures of people. Fuck you.
Real easy for you. We're here right now because of a call out. This right here, this is because people, random people, autonomous people, heard the call out from Portland and took matters into their own hands. They didn't need permission from the city. They didn't need permission from the state. They did it themselves. And that is community. That is community right there. That's how you stand in solidarity. solidarity. Now, I do want to make this extremely clear that we're out here to support our melanated brothers and sisters today. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. You know what? Colorado is probably one of the places where Trump sent federal troops. Polis last night, after openly saying that he didn't want federal agents here, I want to look up the tweet myself, if y'all bear with me, because I want to get it from the horse's mouth himself, because when they do two-faced shit like this, it has to be called out in its entirety. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm sorry. You know, I should have been prepared, but, you know, it's tough out here. Yeah, I know, I'm looking. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all. Again, like, y'all gotta bear with me on this one. Sorry, it's been a stressful day. You know, the state and the city are both full of shit. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to deal with, so
Too much bullshit there.
y'all gonna have to bear with me a second. Okay, please do, Lord. That'll be even quicker. Oh, Lord. Alright. Either way, he basically said any federal agency, any law enforcement agency would be welcomed. Oh, look, there it is. Here we go. That's better. Alright, Governor Polis says, of the people experiencing homelessness who are staying on state property, we encourage any law enforcement agency, of course, to remove them. So, in open, he wants to say that he doesn't support federal troops, but in fucking tweets, he's gonna backstab and lie. That affects the people right here and the BLM protesters who have been protesting at the governor's mansion. He gave a green light. He greenlit. He's a fucking two-face. It's unacceptable, and I encourage all of you to let him know that. Now, for Mayor Handick, fucking, he, in correlation with state troopers, have now given them the authority to clear out this park right behind us, too. So fuck both of them. They're supposed to be in these places of leadership, but all they've given us is corruption and lies. So that's why we're here today. Because we gotta stop this shit before it begins. Like, people call Portland like a sister city. Same demographics, same looks, you know, same feels. We ain't the same, but they call us a sister city. If they're doing that shit out there, you damn well better expect they won't, especially with this fucking government, that they wouldn't do it here. Melanated people are under attack right now. They're under attack all over this country. And this is why this uprising has started. And now, just like back in old Germany, someone who's Hitler-like is using secret police to try to suppress this movement.
Never again.
Fuck that shit. If you know your history, never again. And I'm looking at you like, folks, this happened to you. European colonialism. We can't even get into half of that. I don't even have the time.
Fuck white supremacy. Fuck white supremacy. Fuck white supremacy.
Fuck white supremacy. So I just want to make this explicitly clear that people from the community, as seen as we are here all together, are going to stand against this fucking bullshit. Because fascism cannot stand. Because it is the direct enemy of melanated people. Fascism, colonialism, capitalism. These are all the enemies of melanated people, and they need to be removed and destroyed in America. Let's make it explicitly clear. And since we were talking about defunding the police earlier, I want to go one extra step. Because something that comes directly from slave catchers, no matter how much you reform it, will never be for the benefit of melanated people. So when I say abolish the police, I fucking mean it. And if you agree with me, abolish the police! Abolish the police!
Abolish the police!
Abolish DPD!
Abolish DPD!
Abolish DPD!
Abolish DPD!
Fuck yeah! Oh yeah. In my sister city, for Aurora, abolish APD!
Abolish APD!
Abolish APD!
Abolish APD!
Fuck them too. If y'all don't know, we've been talking about a lot of people who've been killed out of state. If you don't know, Denver and Aurora periodically race to jump each other on how many melanated people they can kill per year. They're always in the top 6 of the country at all times. And per capita, they're even higher. So we got these murderers and monsters in our own fucking backyards, and we need to be talking about them too. Because we would be doing a disservice to all the melanated people who have died in these cities. I am talking about Elijah McClain. I am Elijah McClain. I'm talking about Marvin Booker. I'm talking about Jesse Hernandez. I'm talking about so many people that I cannot even name them all. We got fucking monsters in our own backyard. And we need to fucking deal with them. They live in here and they live in there. Don't just think they live in the precincts. So I'm gonna let some other melanated brothers and sisters come up. But I want us to all know that we need to keep each other safe today. Keep each other safe today. And I'm going to look specifically at my white allies and I'm going to say, you need to be protecting melanated people out here first. If you find yourself protecting yourself first, I don't know why the fuck you're out here. Yeah, that's the call out. That's the call out, white folks. Protect your melanated folks. If you gonna talk about it, be about it. Yeah, I live in Colorado. It's in the tropics for all of you. There's a bunch of white people out here. Well, I don't give a fuck. We melanated people been out here for a long, long fucking time. You're never gonna get rid of us. And if you're really about fighting with us, I need you to kill the cop in your fucking head. And last but not least, I want to make sure that we all out here are keeping each other safe. I'm reiterating it again because it is so important. It is so important out here. Now I'm going to want to get some more melanated brothers and sisters up here to speak. Because we are still waiting for people to get home from their capitalist wage slave jobs. Fucking colonialism. So, if there's any more melanated brothers and sisters who'd like to speak, please come up.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know, I know y'all are from black families, but where I'm from, if someone said good afternoon, you repeat it back. Good afternoon! Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon! So I'm from Jersey, so we're going to do a little, things a little different here. Welcome to day 63 of the revolution. Glad you guys are joining. I'm not ready to say thank you yet to my white people. I'm not ready to say thank you. I appreciate you for coming out, but I'm not ready to say thank you. Because the work is not done. The work hasn't even begun yet. And I do want us to turn that way, keep your heads on a swivel up on the roof up there. Wave to our friends up there. Hi. Thank you. How y'all doing? Thank you. All right. So I know a couple organizations that have been out here protesting with the police, marching with them. And I don't know what we're doing that for. I've heard a lot of people say, you know, all lives matter. And I gotta ask you, like, are we at the same revolution? Do we know the same chance? Because we out here for black lives. Black lives matter. And I do want to remind you for our police people in the crowd, wherever you are, I don't really give a fuck. I don't know if y'all remember the week 1 of the revolution when we were out here, but we got tear gas. And I don't know about you, but me and my rubber bullet that I got in the back the first week, we're not ready to march with the police yet. Right. And for my non-black people of color, I love you, but we can't be out here as transactional allies. We don't do this because, oh, they showed up for us at a protest, so now we show out for them. No, we do this because this is human rights. Yeah. We do this because these are our siblings. Not because they did something for us. And for my white people, I need you to step up. Step up. And I know y'all are saying, oh, I'm tired. I'm tired too. I'm in the middle of writing a depressive episode right now. I'm tired. And the reason that we are out here is because no one else does it for us. Not because we want to be out here. I would love to be in my bed right now binge watching Avatar. I would love that. But my black brothers and sisters are being murdered. And if you see the struggle as adjacent to you, you are not showing up for black lives. If the struggle is over here and you're like, oh, I'm going to be comfortable right here, you are not here for black lives. Put yourself on the line. Put yourself in front of people. It is not enough to just come out and protest. I will say this again and again. This is the easy part. Protesting, chanting, raising your voice is the easy part. And if you're tired and don't want to come out and march with us, that's fine. Do your work at home. Read the books. Because I will tell you, white people have historically had access to information that black people have not. So if I can read James Baldwin, I can read Bell Hooks, I can read Angela Davis, so can you. And kick your feet up, because we don't be here for a while. It's a long game. It is a long game. If the work was easy, it would have been done already. But we out here in 2020. Let that sink in. How many more names? How many? Matter of fact, take a deep breath real quick and blow out. I want to hear it. Take a deep breath. One more time. It's heavy right now, ain't it? One more time. How many names do we not know? How many stories do we not know? And what I will tell you about your breath, and everybody here that just did that, that is a privilege. And so when you are out here doing half-ass chants, I don't know if you really want this system dismantled. I don't really know if you are screaming these chants like you want this system gone. Say it like you mean it. Say it with your chest. Say it like you want to be out here, because I didn't bring you out here. I did not drag you out here. So ask yourself while you are marching, what am I doing out here? Do I care about the person next to me who I may or may not know? Do I care about them enough to say the names? Do I care about them enough to put my body in front of them? Ask yourself. These are questions, critical questions that you should be asking yourself if you are out here, because the work starts within you. The revolution starts in here. If you asking for these institutions to be dismantled, ask yourself, okay, when I get in power, am I going to do the same thing? If you got a problem with asking for people's pronouns, if you are transphobic, if you are fatphobic, if you are homophobic, any of these things, you are not out here for all lives. I will say this, and you can get mad at me, just spell my name right, Karia. If you are out here to do half of the work, go home. If you are out here to do a quarter of the work, go home. Because I am tired and don't have time to sweet talk you through the revolution. That's right. For the people that are saying, you know, you feel like you could read yourself through the revolution. I won't say that because people don't have access to all of those materials, but it'll get you to the start line. People have spent their entire lives, people like Angela Davis have spent their entire lives doing this work, putting it in books. So you are doing a disservice to not read their work and educate yourselves. Educate yourselves. And let me tell you this, for people that books are not your thing, there's podcasts.
It's 2 for 1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you like to know. Well, that's what you get when you tune in to the 2 for 1 Jack Show.